Books are the liberated spirits of men. When I am king, they shall not have bread and shelter only, but also teachings out of books. For a full belly is little worth where the mind is starved. More than 200 death penalties are gone from the law books, but the biblical texts that authorize them remain. There are no witches. The witch text remains, only the practice has changed. Hellfire is gone, but the text remains. Infant damnation is gone, but the text remains. More than 200 death penalties are gone from the law books, but the texts that authorize them remain. Those who don't read good books have no advantage over those who can't. If you don't read good books, then you are no better than an unlettered man. A person who won't read books has no advantage over one who can't read books. People don't really read your books. They only say they do, to keep you from feeling bad. We get our morals from books. I didn't get mine from books, but I know the morals do come from books, theoretically at least. My books are like water, those of the great geniuses are wine. Unfortunately, everybody drinks water. Mark Twain was a great traveler, and he wrote 3 or 4 great travel books. I wouldn't say that I'm a travel novelist, but rather a novelist who travels on, who uses travel as a background for finding stories of places. The man who doesn't read good books has no advantage over the fellow who can't read a line. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. A classical book which people praise and don't read. There would be a center table with books of a tranquil sort on it. Well, the priest did very well, considering. He got in all the details, and that is a good thing in a local item. You see, he had kept books for the undertaker department of his church when he was younger, and there, you know, the money's in the details. Of the more details, the more swag. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. So this is the ideal life. Experience of life, not of books, is the only capital usable in such a book as you have attempted. All one can make no judicious use of this capital while it is new. When I take up one of Jane Austen's books, I feel like a barkeep entering the kingdom of heaven. I know what his sensation would be in his private comments. He would not find the place to his taste, and he would probably say so. A successful book is not made of what is in it, but what is left out of it.
Because it means a lot to us.
Books are for people who wish they were somewhere else. In a good bookroom, you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin without even opening them. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who can't read them. By and by, when we got up, we turned over the truck the gang had stole off of the wreck and found boots and blankets and clothes and all sorts of other things, and a lot of books, and a spyglass, and 3 boxes of cedars. If books are not good company, where shall find it? Once you've put one of his Henry James books down, you simply can't pick it up again. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities that truth isn't. For someone who made such an enormous contribution to American literature, Mark Twain has been the subject of many books but few major biographies. We consulted the guidebooks and were rejoiced to know that there were no sights in Odessa to see on, so we had one good and trammeled holiday on our hands, with nothing to do but idle about the city and enjoy ourselves. In Marseilles they make half the toilet soap we consume in America, but the Marseillais only have a vague theoretical idea of its use, which they have obtained from books of travel. I like Joan of Arc best of all my books, and it is the best I know it perfectly well. Author. Just the omission of Jane Austen's books alone would make a fairly good library out of a library that hadn't a book in it. People are much more willing to lend you books than bookcases. Mark Twain was a publisher. He published General Grant's memoirs, a big success, and had a hand in the publishing of many of his own books. He would, I think, be very keen about the question of how a book would sell. I would not read the proof of one of my books for any fair, reasonable sum whatever, if I could get out of it. The proofreading on the pea-popper cost me the last rags of my religion. Great books are weighted and measured by their style and matter, and not the trimmings and shadings of their grammar.